Alright, so boom, turn me up, don't turn me down. We back at it with another video today. We got Odd Studio. Dodgers, Giants rivalry might be bad. Let's go ahead and check out the video, man.
Imagine if the
link in the description to the
brought in
original
Kim Kardashian
down below,
or some facelift self-entitled bitch who causes problems. Although the Teletubbies are just as creepy looking, so bad example, I guess. But
I haven't heard about the Teletubbies in years, bro. I ain't gonna lie. What the hell?
I feel like that's what Dalton Rushing is to the Dodgers. I mean, this team has been too likable. Like, any Dodger hate that goes beyond just they're too good is too forced. With most good teams, you can find at least a couple unlikable players, I feel like. But with the Dodgers, you can't. Oh yeah, Mookie Betts, what an asshole.
I guess.
Playing guitar with his little kids. Teoscar Hernandez, what a bitch. Bro's wearing gear that honors his autistic son. Freddie Freeman, wow, what a jerk. Out here having a lovely family with his wife. They just had another kid. What the hell? Like,
congratulations,
you know
Freeman.
I mean? There's just no reason to actually have disdain toward these people. They also cover all grounds, too. Like, they have Blake Trinan out here being a faithful man. You got him to appease the Catholics, then a stripper, a gay couple with Kike Hernandez and Hesong Kim to appease to the gays. This team is like if Netflix created it for a TV show, but it's actually really good, and each character is interesting. Anyway, with this team being too likable and non-controversial other than winning a lot, well, here's Dalton Rushing, the new kid, coming in like, I got you guys. So it started in Colorado. The Rockies won one game against the Dodgers, and Rushing was like, those bitches are cheating. I mean, he thought it was weird they were hitting the first pitch of some at-bats well. He implied maybe they had some sort of
that was crazy.
So he said it was fishy. Nothing he can prove, just observing. And the Rockies mocked him the next day. Every time they got a hit, they did a fishing celebration. And shout out to Rushing. He was able to not just be all talk, he got them back. He smacked 2 homers in the final game. So he must have felt like, wait a minute, me disrespecting other teams actually works. So he chose to do it again in the gay Holy Land. First game, the Giants jumped Yamamoto. Huh? It was like he was unprepared. And then after they got a couple licks in, he locked in and did really well. The rest of the night, the Giants didn't score again after the first inning, but they almost did on this play. K-Pop Barry Bonds tried to be really aggressive here and make some shit happen. He tried scoring all the way from first base on a single to center field.
Did he just call my GOAT, John Hooley, K-Pop Barry Bonds? Did he just say that?
It happened. He tried scoring all the way. K-Pop Barry Bonds tried to be really aggressive here and make some shit happen. He tried scoring all the way from first base on a single to center field. Now, he was running on the pitch, so he kind of had a head start. Plus, it was raining, so maybe he just thought, like, the rain or, you know, it would mess the Dodgers up defensively, but it's still a ballsy move. There's a reason he was out by a pretty good amount. You're asking for a lot here. Why does it look like the umpire had a little smirk on his face making this call? What is that?
Oh, hell no.
Rushing.
Hey, look into that umpire, man.
Him out, and Lee was
oh, hell no, he is smirking. What the fuck?
Afterwards, so we just
man,
sat there for a minute, like, and while walking away,
bro,
Rushing was seen looking back and saying, well,
fuck him.
Now, Rushing denied that he said that, and it would be a pretty bad look. I mean, Lee ended up leaving the game because of whatever it was that was hurt. But yeah, after the game, he said he didn't say what people were saying he said, and that he checked in with Hesong Kim, his teammate. He was like, bro, you all right? And Kim was like, I'm not Jung-Hoo Lee. And he was like, oh, shit, wrong person. No, but he checked with Kim to make sure his fellow Korean on the other side was okay. And thankfully he was. Whatever took him out of the game in that play wasn't serious. He was back in the lineup the next day. But yeah, according to Rushing, it was just the media making something out of nothing. The old fake news media back at it. Now, it did look like he said fuck him. You know, like he looked back, saw K-Pop Barry was still on the ground, and he was like, it's not my fault. I was just tagging him. I didn't do anything. Fuck him. But maybe he didn't say that. Maybe he really was just talking about something else or whatever. I don't know. But the fact that he went to Kim and checked up and openly was like, I hope he's okay. All right, at least on the surface, that's the right thing to do. That should put this thing to bed. It's over with. Except the Giants were like,
watch your back, nigga, because you fuck with my shit. I fuck with your shit, nigga.
Rushing didn't play in the second game, a game the Giants also won. Patrick Bailey loves hitting late game home runs against white left-handed Dodgers. He did it last year.
He did. Yeah, I'm about to say he did it last year.
Now he does it in the 7th inning. Giants
and it's crazy because when he did it last year, after that series, we literally wasn't the same for the rest of the season. It was crazy.
3-0. So the third game of this series was going to be interesting. Giants with a chance to sweep the Dodgers, and you had 2 Hollywood actors on the mound. Baseball on the West Coast is really weird. They do all kinds of shit. So very interesting matchup here. And the one for the Dodgers was insane. Tyler Glasnow did exactly what he was supposed to do in a situation like this. His team is facing a potential sweep by a rival, so he came out and shoved it up their asses for 8 innings. Look at Adames. He always does this. He points out, like, giving respect to the pitcher whenever they make him look like an idiot. But Glasnow made a lot of guys on the Giants look like idiots. He gave up only 1 hit. 1 hit. He gave up that 1 hit and then immediately got a double play. Bro was really out here just trolling them. 3 base runners the whole game for the Giants. One of them because of an error. Yeah. And then right after that, he got a double play on that, too.
Glasnow was pissing his ass off in this game. I'll give him credit for that.
He bent over the whole lineup, and all they could do was just take it. Adames ain't pointing anymore. Then BBL Tanner Scott continued his 2026 redemption arc with a clean slave. With a clean save. I said slave. Anyway, the real story was what the Giants decided to do with Rushing back in the lineup after his night off. He actually drove in a run, his first at-bat, first run of the game, and he's been having an elite start to the season, fitting right in with the elite humans who watch these videos. He must have hit that button before the year. He's hitting like 400 right now. Kim also drove in a run and got to second base because they threw home. And when he was on second base, this was in the 4th inning, Shohei's up. Webb figured Kim might be trying to relay signs to home plate, like seeing what pitch he was going to throw or the location of it. Is it going to be inside, outside? And, you know, second base is the best view for trying to catch on to this sort of thing. So if Kim noticed something, he could send a sign to Shohei, which is completely legal for those who don't know. But pitchers obviously hate that and get paranoid. So he yelled out and said something to Kim. And after he threw the first pitch to Shohei, who was up, he then took a while to throw the second pitch. Like, he full on stepped off the mound, kept looking over there and everything. And shit, whatever he said, whatever he did, it worked because he ended up striking Ohtani out. So, all right, well, now go to the 6th inning. This was when it really got interesting. So Rushing's back up. There's 1 out, nobody on base. Andy Pa has just lined out to right on the first pitch he saw. And now the first pitch that Rushing sees, fastball inside. Rushing put down a fake bunt. He wasn't really going to bunt, but he pulls back. Ball almost hits him, and this was 100% on purpose because the very next pitch, right after the Giants broadcast tried blinding everybody, Rushing gets nailed right in the ribs. Nothing happens. Rushing just takes his base. He did look out at Webb for a second on his way to first. Well, this was weird. This shit is so scripted. So one of the Giants broadcasters, they have multiple iconic ones who've been doing it for years, but Dwayne Kuiper, he's one of them. He used to play like 95 years ago. He hit 1 career home run. Just wanted to point that out. Anyway, so after Rushing was hit, they started talking about what Kuiper would have wanted to do back in the day when he, like in the 1700s. That's really mean. We all get old if we're lucky, unless we die young. So yeah, they're like, what would you have wanted to do if you got hit? And he's like, yeah, I would have wanted to steal second and or also smash into whoever was covering second base on a double play attempt. Because years ago, players could just full on deck a fielder to prevent them from throwing to first, and there was no rule behind it. And
I know that
as they're mentioning how that's not legal to do anymore, Rushing literally does what they're talking about.
When you got
we seen this in the highlights.
Steal when you got to first base?
I did. Yep. I also wanted to take out who's ever covering,
which used to be legal.
Like this.
They ran right into Adames.
Now they're going to call him out anyway because Rushing went right into.
Yeah, he did. And he was thinking exactly what you were talking about.
So, used to be able to do this all the time. Not anymore.
So yeah, Rushing, obviously knowing the situation and that Webb just smoked him on purpose, says fuck him. If he didn't say that the first time, he definitely said it here without actually saying any words. He goes out of his way here to slide directly into Willy Adames at second base. Adames still was able to get a throw off, but either way, it was a double play because, like they said, you can't do that anymore. So double play, inning over, and after the game, Webb was asked about the whole situation.
Rushing yesterday talked about, the whole thing with Jung Hoo and what it looked like he said when Jung Hoo was hurt. And then get into today, obviously, didn't really look like there was any intent with. What would you say about hitting Russian?
This is my first time seeing
What
this.
thing with Jungle?
Oh, he was on video. It looked like he was saying kind of something disparaging when Jungho was hurt.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Where were you trying to go?
Look at his face. Y'all think he's seen it or he didn't see it and he's selling it too? Comment down below. He over here smirking his shit, bro.
Just basketball inside.
I don't know, bro.
You hear that? You hear that? That's me clapping and appreciating that Oscar-worthy performance. I mean, I'm not surprised. He does it for a living, but amazing job by Webb out there like...
Nah, I never knew that.
Dodgers manager Dave Roberts said the obvious, that it was probably intentional. And by the way, he contradicted Rushing's story with the whole, I didn't say what you think I said thing. He himself said, like, yeah, Rushing said fuck him, but, I don't think it was personal. This is the second time Roberts has done this, too. When Rushing called the Rockies fishy, after the game, he was like, nah, I don't think there was anything fishy going on. And then after Rushing denies saying what we all think he said, Dave is like, oh, no, he said it. This bit of Rushing saying one thing and his manager instantly saying the complete opposite is kind of funny. Luis Ariz, the man who got a front row POV to Rushing sliding into Adames, said it was a dirty play. And Rushing honestly did the best thing he could in this situation. He didn't say anything directly combative, but he did it in kind of a passive-aggressive way. It's nothing against those guys. Hopefully the air is cleared. Hopefully they got out what they wanted to. And I enjoy getting on base, so it doesn't bother me. Look, whoever's in the right or wrong, I honestly don't care. I just think this is good for baseball. I said this about the Giants and the Reds a week ago. The Giants basically have this same situation. In Cincinnati, a Reds player said something about a Giants pitcher. So they hit him the next game, and it's like, yeah, these teams should hate each other. Fuck peace. That shit's meant for the Middle East, not baseball. And especially the Dodgers and Giants. Those are historic rivals. I hope Rushing slides into Adames again, and then Adames knocks him in the face, and then Shohei slices his throat, and then Webb becomes a suicide bomber. Fuck yeah, bring the chaos. All right.
Yo, this nigga is fantasizing about a lot of crazy shit, man. Nah, I get what he's saying, though. Like, he wants to bring that trash talk. Like, he want to see that trash talk in baseball and all that. And honestly, I feel like ain't nothing wrong with a bunch of trash talk, Like, y'all can trash talk when the game is on, and then after the game, be cool and be friends and all that. But comment down below how y'all feel about the Dodgers-Giants rivalry might be back. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, man.